Hi there everybody, and a warm welcome to Get Indie Gaming, and our wrap up, overview and commentary of some of the new indie game trailer reveals from last night's Game Awards ceremony. Whilst and foremost a reward and recognition show, arguably it's these game reveal sections which tend to have the bigger draw rather than the awards. We have chosen the 5 best indie game reveals of the night and present them here with opinion and commentary. Let's sit back, settle in, and away we go.
The truth about survival. We try to save our families.
First up, and based out of Germany and the suitably named Black Forest Games team, Fade to Silence will pop out in early access in a few days' time, this December 14th. In this new survival game set within the deadly cold world of an apocalyptic winter, players will be challenged to survive against the elements, while fighting monsters, hunger, and nature itself. You play as Ash, a complicated and yet tormented leader in what the publishers are saying will be a character-driven group survival experience. You'll build a refuge and attract followers. You'll also get to choose who to help to save and who you'll leave behind to perish. A really interesting aspect here is the game's weather system. Survival is said to be dependent on you being able to read weather patterns, should you press on or find shelter. A wrong decision could prove costly. Going out into early access so the devs can tweak the game based on player feedback, it's an interesting premise, so let's see what becomes of Fade to Silence over its continued development. Following the somewhat grim conditions of Fade to Silence, we have an equally harsh and gritty looking dark fantasy game called Witchfire that's coming from the development team behind Vanishing of Ethan Carter. While the trailer reveal didn't mention which systems the game's in development for or a launch timeframe, the studio has previously launched on the PC before going onto the PlayStation 4 a while later. The trailer shows us a gaming world that's dirty and dark with monsters and zombies aplenty. We'll assume this first person game will have exploration and survival aspects within what appears to be a horror-driven aesthetic where you can shoot and perhaps even cast spells as you deal with the undead beasts and people you come across.
They're screaming at me. I don't hear them, but I know they're screaming.
You got anything?
Such hate and anger.
I hope you bastards are looking up once in a while. Those fuckers might be anywhere.
I don't know what I have done to them.
This place is so damn dark. Sleepers.
They want me to feel what they feel.
This is good, man. This is good stuff. It'll trade.
Up now, GTFO, which is from the team of 10 Chambers Collective, comes from the designer of Payday and Payday 2. Based on the trailer and the footage shown, well, we must say it's all looking rather fine with an undeniable look and feel that reminds us of the Alien movie franchise. About the game, well, the developers have said GTFO is a terrifying 4-player co-op game for hardcore, their words, not ours, FPS players. The team go on to say, players get to play as the team of scavengers, forced to explore and extract valuable artifacts from a vast underground complex that has been overrun by horrifying monsters. As a team, you'll need to gather weapons, tools and resources to help you to survive. GTFO is set to be released at some point next year, although there's very little else to go on. We expect this to be a huge draw for fans of this type of FPS category and anyone else looking for a hardcore gaming experience. We're looking forward to seeing how this one develops.
Am I dreaming, or am I awake?
Francis, you think the Thornbeak's around here?
The old fears, they still haunt me.
Hold on, Lancewing! We're coming!
That I'm on a train to nowhere.
You are the driver, sir.
When I awake, will I face the worst parts of myself? I need to listen to that quiet voice calling me.
Announced all the way back in E3 2015, dreams from the Little Big Planet developer Media Molecule had slipped off everyone's radars of late. While the team have occasionally reassured the game was still in development, it was great to see it come back to the surface. In this new trailer was shown footage of the game's main character, who appears in a smart suit and hat, and who also seems to sleep in a coffin. Worried by his waking life, it's your job as the player to create charming and enjoyable dreams while he sleeps. Like the Little Big Planet series, this one's a creation-based affair. The trailer shows certain aspects of the system featured, and we also got to see a number of game styles that can be built by you, the player. We got to see what looked like a flight simulator with full HUD, an arcade game, and something that looked very similar to the pod racing sequence from the Star Wars Phantom Menace. While no official date has been given, we're expecting Dreams, which is said to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, to arrive during 2018.
We are kneeling at the river's edge and tempting all the steps to follow closer right behind.
And lastly, the most intriguing indie game reveal from the Game Awards this year, In the Valley of the Gods, is the next title from Campo Santo, who of course brought us Firewatch, and is scheduled for release at some point the year after next. This single-player first-person adventure game is set within Egypt in the 1920s. Players will take on the role of a budding filmmaker and adventurer as you look to reveal a seemingly impossible discovery. According to the recently posted Steam entry, players will explore a remote and ancient valley in the Egyptian desert, uncovering treasure and treachery in pursuit of a discovery that could bring you fame and fortune, or leave you dead and buried beneath the sands. The announcement trailer shows a player interacting with an AI-controlled partner as they navigate through a ruin. With them they carry a camera hoping to catch a beautiful sunrise as it streams through the columns of the ruin. Graphically, everything looks extremely pretty and the colour palette firmly reminds us of the Firewatch art style. As others have said, the music feels at odds with the 1920s theme and yet doesn't detract. Its soulful melodic cadence and backnotes of blues perfectly fits the scene and frames the underlying drama. Campo Santo said they expect the game to come to PC and we're hoping there's a port to one, if not all, of the consoles. And with that Campo Santo reveal, that tidies up today's top 5 trailer reveals from last night's Game Awards event. We passed up on showing you footage from such games as PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Fortnite and DayZ, as we just simply wanted to focus on the new game reveals rather than those that are already widely published. We hope you enjoyed these selections. Please feel free to let us know which of these games you're most looking forward to. Still to come from us this December, our Hidden Gem series, a Kickstarter review, and perhaps a few things focusing on the console of the moment, the Nintendo Switch. Hope to see you all again here soon, so please come back again for more videos.